Brian De Palma's Body Double from 1984. It's kind of like a surreal horror crime comedy film with musical elements to it. I've never seen anything quite like it. Now, when Brian De Palma was in the heyday of De Palma, of course, the 1970s and 1980s, I'm not saying this lightly. I don't think there were many filmmakers, directors at all that could touch this guy. De Palma was just one of the great filmmakers. It wasn't just the stories, which were typically very intriguing. Of course, he did the adaptation to Stephen King's Carrie. He also did Dress to Kill, which is fantastic. Highly recommended, with Michael Caine. Holy shit, Angie Dickinson. What a freaking movie. Body Double, he took cinema into a new dimension with this film. Okay? As it says, the basic, description. A young actor's obsession with spying on a beautiful woman who lives nearby leads to a baffling series of events with drastic consequences. That's a good, in a nutshell, description of this. Now, Craig Wasson and Melanie Griffith are fantastic. Pino Donaggio does a superb soundtrack for this film, but also you've got elements such as Frankie Goes to Hollywood doing Craig Wasson, who's this actor, and he's suffering from claustrophobia. His whore girlfriend, he just caught cheating on him, and his whore girlfriend happens to be, guess who? Yeah, it's Barbara Crampton. Yeah, she's screwing a guy in their own apartment. He comes home one day and finds Barbara Crampton screwing some other guy. And that sets off the series of events because he moves out and he happens to luck into, quote unquote, being able to stay at this really amazing place in the Hollywood Hills for a while. And that begins his obsession with this beautiful woman that lives across the way. The guy that owns the house has got a telescope. So there's a certain level of voyeurism going on in this film, but that's just a small part of this amazing freaking movie. I remember seeing it when it came out. I went to the theater, saw this film, and it's one of those films that is close to putting you in some kind of hallucinatory state, wherein I think it's an immersive type of situation where you're watching it and at some point you feel like you're in it. That brings us to Dracula's Widow, 1988. Now, there's one thing about Dracula's Widow that I will say. The cinematography is pretty good. And it's kind of weird. It's just slow paced. Okay, now this is a Shout Factory TV release. They also released it on Blu-ray as well. And as it says, the owner of a Hollywood wax museum receives chests of Romanian antiques, not knowing that Count Dracula's widow sleeps in one of them. And furthermore, not knowing that Count Dracula's widow is none other than Sylvia Crystal. Yes, folks, Sylvia Crystal, star of those spicy Emmanuel movies, foreign erotic films that we all tried to see when we were young and occasionally had luck. Sylvia Crystal inexplicably is not nude in this film. You only get just barely even some leg action in this flick. I was just like, oh, what the fuck? The hell's going on here? What's happened? I don't know. So I'm just warning you in advance that, yeah, it's kind of a letdown in that department. Now we're getting into it. It's a double dose of Fulci, folks. Oh, yeah, Lucio Fulci gives us The Beyond and City of the Dead. Now, I have a rather hilarious story to tell you about City of the Dead. We'll get to that. But first, The Beyond. 1981. Shortly after Liza inherits an old Louisiana hotel, a series of supernatural incidents lead to the discovery that it was built over a portal to hell. Oh, yeah. There's Lucio Fulci all the way, firing on all cylinders in his masterpiece. There ain't no doubt about that. Between The Beyond and Zombie, Fulci's Zombie and this film, I mean, Fulci's up there, folks.
You are Liza, aren't you?
Yes.
My name is Emily. I've been looking for you. Go back to where you came from and hurry. Leave this place. "60 years ago, everybody in this hotel disappeared. Every last person. A painter called Spike, who lived here, closeted in his room, had found a key.
Tell me, with all those accidents, you think you'll give it up now?
I couldn't do that if I wanted to. Well, I won't give in.
Who else is here?
There's nobody here.
I can feel a presence. Somebody else is in here.
Oh, some weird story that Emily told me about room 36.
Emily? Who's Emily?
The blind girl that lives in the old house by the crossroads.
Yes! That house has been abandoned for the last 50 years.
But that's not true. It's not possible. I was there.
This house was constructed on one of the... Woe be unto him who opens one of the 7 gateways to hell, because through that gateway, evil will invade the world.
City of the Living Dead was called the Gates of Hell. Okay? That's how it was released. When I saw it, I was still in 1980. I was just about to move from Lancaster, California, down to Los Angeles, and City or Gates of Hell came out. So some friends of mine and I went to see it at the local cinema. And Lancaster at this time, I don't know, there's about 30,000 people population. I think now it's like over 300,000. It's about 70 miles north of Los Angeles, folks. So we go to the cinema, right? It's, you know, it's a small town cinema. And we walk into the lobby. And of course, there's the posters for Gates of Hell. But what the guy did is he took something like, he cut out a piece of paper and put it over hell, and instead it said heck. So he changed it to the Gates of Heck. Yes, folks, there's nothing more savage than going to see a movie called The Gates of Heck. Yes, no one will be seated during the last 10 minutes of The Gates of Heck. Yeah, City of the Living Dead, aka The Gates of Hell, 1980. Another really good Fulci film. Does not compare to The Beyond or Zombie, in my opinion, but it's still quite good and creepy. You know, and as far as zombie films go, and this is like supernatural, we're talking supernatural zombie films in particular, City of the Living Dead, aka The Gates of Heck, is quite atmospheric and suspenseful in places. It's weird, but the zombies are really creepy. It's great stuff. It's like kind of like in The Beyond, the way that these malevolent forces move about. It's creepy as hell, man.